My name is Scott Abbett. A few videos ago, I mentioned a shift that's allowing me to make nonstop natural muscle gains. Here's a clip from that video where I said that. My promise is that if you take this tip to heart and use it intelligently, you'll gain more muscle from it after age 40 than all those ho-hum generic tips combined. Okay, here's the tip. Change from flexible workouts with rigid rest schedules to measured workouts with flexible rest schedules. Then in the very next video, I mentioned this. But how does that work? When you hear the words flexible rest days, you have to wonder how that's even practical. You probably realize that rest days can't stay flexible forever. A schedule has to be locked in at some point. So when do you do that? Very simple. When your measured workouts are showing the best progress from one training session to the next, that's when you fix your rest days. That's when you lock them in. Then in the video I posted just previous to this one, I showed you the optimal method of measuring and advancing with sets. At 9 reps with this weight and 2.5 minutes of rest between sets, you might get only 4 sets of 9 and then a 5th set of 8 reps. The next workout goal would be to get the 9 reps on set 5 and add a set number 6. Once you've built up to 6 or 7 successful sets of 9 reps, it's time to either increase to 10 rep sets or reduce 10 seconds of rest time between sets. In this video, I'm closing the loop by showing you that when those volume increases and interset rest time reductions are making their best progress, that is when you lock in your rest days between workouts. What we're doing is letting performance feedback dictate the schedule rather than make a schedule and assume the muscle tissue will just magically be stronger from whatever was inflicted on it. That's what too many people do, and they don't experience muscle growth. So looking at a typical workout schedule, we usually see something like this, an assumption that muscles just automatically grow on a weekly basis. And if those measurements we mentioned are improving on this schedule, then it's all good. But if they're not, it means super recuperation is not occurring with the current level of teardown. People mistakenly use the word recovery to label what needs to occur between workouts. But recovery often implies how we feel systemically. You can have systemic recovery, meaning bodily energy levels are restored, but still not have compensatory tissue added to the muscle you've torn down. To get bigger muscles, you need to tear down the tissue, have it recover what's been damaged, and then add a little more to be stronger for next time, similar to scar tissue. So this is where flexibility and schedule kicks in. If your volume isn't increasing in ratio to your set limits and interset rest time, then just add rest days until it is. So if you were on that generic bodybuilding schedule, working each muscle once a week, you could start by adding a rest day on Wednesday while leaving your weekends off. This would move you from giving each muscle 6 days of rest to giving them an alternating 7 to 8 days of rest. If that doesn't get things moving, you could add another regular rest day somewhere while keeping your weekends off and the body part rotation unchanged. This would effectively give you 10 days of rest between working each muscle, which is not unreasonable. I'm personally making gains with even more rest days than that. I'll go over more of this in future videos.